Hi guys, I've got a question in Discord about GNOME, GDM and stuff like that. A part of the question is, can we have a ISO where you have GNOME by default when it auto logs in as GNOME? And then I had this idea, but basically you have that already. So let me check if that's true what I'm thinking. If you launch ArcoLinux, then yes, by default XDM is installed. By default XDM is going to be active. But we have a choice. In Calamares we've made a choice for you to load up GNOME or libxdm or libxdm or even li, right? But beware, li is not gonna work for every desktop out there, like 30 desktops. But GNOME and GDM are a partner, like XDM is a partner of KDE, right? Or Plasma. So let's boot up, and it's a test for me. Oh, I think this is one of the old ones. I was playing around. This is a super old ISO that I have, 2209, right? So now let me take the very last one, which is gonna be yours, projects from September. I want to take XL. All right, let's boot up again and let's pause the video a bit. Voila, we booted up, and once you chose the online version, once you've chosen that, there's a lot of choices, a lot of free will, right? Maybe a lot of knowledge as well. But you can add loginmanager GDM with ArcoLinux wallpapers or not. And let's see if we will not install GNOME. We could install GNOME, maybe that's what the user wants. He loves GNOME, fine. But you start with XL. That's a bit strange. That better start with ArcoLinux B, GNOME, right? And then decide to do this switch. So let's make it a short video, because otherwise I have to download complete GNOME. But just test out. If you select a different display manager, that's what this is called, login manager, display manager, will it use GDM? Will it throw out XDM? So that's the test. If that's your choice, is it possible? Voila. And off we go and pause the video. All right, let's continue creating our video. So we selected GNOME, and we have XFCE behind it. Doesn't really matter. Display manager stands alone, and what's behind, up to you, right? Freedom of choice. Question I have is, if it's still working, is GNOME still there? And it is. So if you decide to say, look, I want to have PSPWM and GNOME to greet me, fine, right? Just fine. Now, you know GNOME, or well, I should actually say, to be fair to the guys, well, it's Arch, right? It's not GNOME. It's Arch. Why do I say that? Because in package builds, I shut down rather than log out. In package builds, if you say I want to install GDM, it just does not install alone GDM, which is not, well, it's not the way it's supposed to be actually. But yeah, there's no way around it. We get GNOME with it. If we choose for GDM, we'll get that one as well. So the packages that have been installed, if you do a rip, you see there's a lot of GNOME stuff. There's Mutter, GNOME desktop, GNOME shells, and it's because of those guys, right, that we get, well, because of GDM, that we said we want to have GDM, and because of that, this is all dependencies that comes with it, and voila, you got yourself a GNOME, well, a lot of GNOME stuff basically. Sudo pacman, mine is removed. You got a lot of GNOME stuff that comes in because of the fact that you've chosen GDM. So it makes more sense in Arch anyway, right? Because how Arch Linux creates their packages because of the dependencies, it makes more sense to use GDM with GNOME than with anything else, because we get, well, a different desktop with it. And that's why LightDM is interesting, and why LXDM is interesting, and why SDDM is interesting. We don't get Plasma if we say I want to have SDDM. Let's see if we can remove this. Wow, where's my key? There's my key. R minus R SDDM, right? This is the only package that is there. That's by default, it's there, but it's just a package, 5 megabyte. It's nothing. It's not active. It's GDM that's active. So if I want to install SDDM, nothing happens. I mean, there are no K stuff. There is no Plasma coming in. This is just GNOME, GNOME, org, xorg, and xfc. That's it. There's no Plasma.desktop or KDE desktop there. Voila. So if you really, really want to have GDM, then it's possible. That's the point. That's the reason why I make this video. Is yes, we have taken care of it inside the Calamares setup. If you choose GDM, you get GDM. Thanks to Arch and the way they see it, you get the GNOME with it. All right, cheers.